the shark bait that has such...
Come and get it, people. Come and get it. It's Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. Okay, time to... I'm not very good at this, am I? Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Welcome. This is number 74. That's the name. But it happens to be also the number. But before we get started, I got to tell you, in Florida, having sexual relations with a porcupine is illegal.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if you remember a few episodes back, porcupines urinated before sex.
Yeah.
I'm guessing a porcupine urinated on some, state senator or something.
Right.
They got pissed off and made that fucking rule.
Yeah,
huh?
he peed on Jeb Bush or something.
Yeah, he probably. And then, damn, you can't be having sex with him anymore. Okay. Like I said, this is number 74. I'm going to start off right here with some numerology. The two numbers I came up with for athletes number is Bob Lilly and Merlin Olsen.
Oh,
you remember those?
I remember Merlin Olsen for sure.
Well, Merlin Olsen, remember too, because he was also an announcer, right? What the fuck?
I don't know. The hell, I'm trying to make things go away.
Yeah, okay. And Bob Lilly was a very, very, very good. They're both Hall of Famers. Bob Lilly was a cowboy. Merlin Olsen was a ram.
Gotcha.
And you usually have some bullshit person.
Yeah, 74. Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know if I have one for this week.
You're not totally surprised. You knew this was number 74.
I haven't spent 5 seconds thinking about the show.
I can tell. Okay. All right. Well, then you probably don't know this. Number 74 is an even composite number with 4 divisors.
Here we go.
And I think it also said it was you multiplied 2 distinct prime numbers to get 74.
Ooh.
I didn't go into that. That was too much. But I will tell you who is 74. How about that?
Go ahead.
That seems to fit our everybody here.
Yes.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Really?
Yeah. See, and now these might. I'll go through the whole list. You tell me which ones surprise you. You too. You can play at home. These don't surprise me as much because I'm kind of. I know these people are a little bit older than me.
Sure.
So, Okay, Caitlyn Jenner, Dr. Phil, Stevie Wonder.
That's okay.
Bill Murray.
Wow.
Martin Short.
Okay. I would have thought he was older.
Martin Short?
Yeah. See, I feel like him and who's the comedian he runs around with all the time? Steve Martin. I feel like they've been doing comedy for 100 years.
I would think Steve Martin is older.
Yeah. Anyway.
Dr. J.
Oh, yeah.
Huey Lewis.
Yep.
Jay Leno. And Ann Wilson of Heart.
Oh, yeah.
So would any of those surprise you?
Couple. Caitlyn Jenner does. Martin Short does a little bit.
Because you thought he was older.
I actually thought he'd be older, yeah. Ann Wilson, yeah, maybe.
The one that surprised me a little bit was Huey Lewis because Huey Lewis was friends with my sister who's younger. So I didn't think he was he was that much older. So,
right.
But he was.
Maybe you don't think you could hook it up where he does an appearance on the show?
I don't think I could hook up my sister making an appearance. She told me she every once in a while watches.
Oh boy.
Let me work on that first. It's weird. I've been sick all week. And we talked here for half hour.
Right.
Didn't cough at all. And now it sucks.
So if I get sick, can I motherfuck you like you did me for 6 weeks the last time?
Sure.
It was at least 6 weeks last time.
Yeah, do what you need to do. Anyway, okay, now we're getting into the teeth of thing. Right. We are a Category 4 podcast, and we don't plan on going down.
That's right.
Milton went down to 3 and then fizzled out. You don't even hear about Milton anymore.
That's right.
We are continuing at 4. I wouldn't be surprised if we go up to 5, and there's never been a Category 6. So that's my fucking goal. What do you think? I think we can do it.
Yeah.
I think
if it starts to go down, we'll take a blue chew.
Well, At least you haven't made fun of like young girls yet. So I'll take that. We are the patron podcast for auto brewery syndrome, provocatively dressed Catholics, midgets from the Mideast, and fat folks feeling fine.
That's right.
So how are you feeling?
Pretty good. I mean, all things considered, yeah.
Do you want to, okay, if you watched last week, you missed by 4 seconds, Tiny breaking a chair, and then tell them what happened later in the evening.
I broke another chair. Yeah, I went 2 for that day.
That's pretty good.
This time it was in front of a chick, so it really made me look good.
And you sent me a thing, maybe I do have a weight problem. And I read that to my wife, and she said, or maybe he has bad chairs. So
see,
one or the other.
Yeah. But we need to say real quick, the when the story was told about me falling afterwards, after we recorded, your wife was here first and you told the story. And her first question was, are you okay?
Correct.
Say what, a half hour later, Misty comes home. You tell the same story again.
Misty's his wife.
Right. Misty walks in. You tell her the same story. And the first thing she says is, did you film it?
That is exactly right. But with all the bad things you say about her on the air, I can get away with saying a few bad things because my wife doesn't watch this, but your wife does. So, yeah, but what he just told you is the exact truth. Yeah, she didn't care how he was at all.
So there you go.
Wondered if we had it on air.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up, I'm going to talk about, well, let's see, even in the intro. I have some quick stuff about New Scientist magazine. I'm going to talk about Pittsburgh inventors and inventions because I went to a seminar this week.
Uh-oh.
And then I did have a trip to Kent this week.
Yeah.
I have a few little stories about that.
Nice.
And also got, we're going to talk a little bit about relationships differently. I got some criminal facts of the week.
Ooh,
criminal, all
like
to do with criminals.
I like it.
Movie music game where we're going to see if the streak can continue. The streak's pretty long now.
Yeah.
I think we started at 31, so that means you and Paul G have gotten 43 in a row, I think. That's pretty impressive.
That's right.
I got an argy-bargy that I'm going to guess most of you will agree with. Our Would You Rather this week, 2 good-looking women. 2 good. Don't you agree?
I agree.
Now, the only thing is I'm surprised you didn't go a little sluttier on those pictures I sent out. Or couldn't you get them of one?
Well, the one is very much, she's way easier to find slutty pictures of.
Beckinsale.
Yeah,
I figured.
Yeah.
But Banks, no.
Not so much.
Okay.
And they were wearing the same color dress. And
I didn't have a problem. But yeah, Beckinsale has all kind of slutty pictures online.
Yeah.
But Banks didn't have any.
Not as many.
Okay. All right. And then Samurai Chatter, we got some questions that you'll get up close and personal with Tiny and I again. So, without further ado, since you already heard the triangle, we'll get started. Now, this is New Scientist magazine. I got 2 facts from this week. Said cannabis extract may work as anti-mosquito pesticide. Now, my comment is, give me the cannabis extract. I don't give a fuck about mosquitoes. Bite my ass if I get that fucking high. That seems like a waste of cannabis extract.
I completely agree there.
I figured you would.
Yeah, don't waste it on them.
And I think you agree with me here too. Like I said, I don't make this shit up. Go get your New Scientist magazine and see this.
That's it.
And the headline said, make your own yogurt by putting some ants in milk. I swear to God. And then, so I read a little more. If you just put as few as 4 ants, it'll kickstart the fermentation process.
What?
Here's my tip. Go to fucking Giant Eagle. They have yogurt. Big fucking display cases. Buy some. You don't need fucking ants and milk.
Ants and milk. What's the ratio to, okay, so 4 ants per every like, come on, what are we talking about?
I stopped reading, but I don't know how much milk you had to put in there.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit about my seminar that I went to this week. Pittsburgh Inventors and Inventions. About 100 people showed up, which has been about average to above. But that's a pretty good turnout for These things happen on Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock. Although the people that show up are not working. So to most of them, it's probably like 7 o'clock at night because they've been up. For me, I have trouble getting there. I pretty much roll out of bed and get there.
Well, they got to get their early 3 o'clock dinners.
You're right.
So,
and for those of you that watched, same thing. Those two people got off the bus and then walked separately. And then they sit together and they talk, but they do not walk together.
Good Lord.
So anyway, the woman that does it, she's done it a couple other times. A good-looking middle-aged woman. Still has hot chick hair. That's what I like. Sometimes they get old and then they just don't give a shit anymore, and they cut their hair real short so they don't have to mess with it.
Right.
No, she still had hot chick hair, so nice. I like her.
Nice.
And she has this down. I got to give her credit because this is the third one I've been to that she's done. And I don't think she has to do a whole lot of research. She just makes a list and then gets little film clips of like 4 of them. And by then the hour's up. Yeah. And it's actually a pretty good template she has.
Okay.
I don't know what she gets paid for doing this. Hey. I don't, but
hopefully more than us.
Exactly. Couldn't be less. And she does. I actually appreciate this about her. She gets paid for 1 hour. She's not big into the question and answer thing.
Oh, look at the time.
I think someone had one question. She said, "Oh, that's it." And, we were out. Some of those people stay forever. No, she wanted no parts of that shit. I appreciate that about her.
Sure.
But okay, a few things I learned here that I'm going to pass on to you, the home viewer, so you know about Pittsburgh. A lot of people know polio vaccine was invented here by Jonas Salk. You knew that, right?
I did know that.
And did you know KDK was the first radio station?
Just saw that for the first time.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Within like the last 2 years, I learned that.
Okay. And the Mr. Yuck sticker was.
Oh, no way.
Now, I'm not going to go through the whole list, but I picked out those 3.
That's a good one.
Here's some interesting shit. The Ferris wheel was invented in Pittsburgh. And then it was invented here, but was taken to Chicago for the World's Fair.
Okay.
And you know how many people the first Ferris wheel held?
No idea.
2,100.
Jesus.
Nowadays, what do they hold? Like 40?
Yeah, at most.
Yeah. Each one had like each like where the seats are now had like a little cage that a bunch of people could fit in, and it went around. Yeah.
Why is it making a comeback? You know, I saw that development plan for the North
Pittsburgh,
Side. And like it seems like every modern development now wants to put a Ferris wheel in to show how hip they are.
I guess it's just because it's a pretty simple thing to have, and people can see it. I don't
Look at
know.
us, we're festive.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But
nothing against Ferris wheels. 2,100. That's
a shitload of people. But now let me tell you the bad news here.
Uh-oh.
Ferris. That's who the guy's name was. He had some other names, but his last name was Ferris.
Okay.
He died at 38 years old. He made this Ferris wheel because he was an engineer, but I guess he neglected his company a little bit. It went broke because he went to Chicago to get this thing made.
Yeah.
Come back, his company's broke. His wife leaves him. He dies alone in a hotel.
Oh, no.
Dude invents the Ferris wheel that you just talked about, which is a huge thing. This was in 1893 he did it.
Oh, wow.
So it's over a century and a quarter later. And this guy, nothing to show for.
Wow, shame on that.
Okay, a couple other things. More than a couple. George Westinghouse, you've heard of this guy, right?
I have.
He actually invented more shit than Edison, I think. But one of the things he's most famous for is the air brake for trains.
Oh, no way.
But the thing that I found interesting, before he invented it, they just had people on top of the cars.
What do you do?
They would pull a thing, and then each person was in charge of like 5 cars. So he didn't run to the next one on top of the car.
Jesus.
And there were wrecks and people were dying. That's why they needed this thing.
So they weren't any good at their jobs either?
No. Yeah. It was actually very dangerous to ride a train before Westinghouse came up with the air brake.
There you go. Wow.
Okay, and I need this is only going to be interesting if you find the picture, which is pretty easy because they invented the first atom smasher here, which is a thing with nuclear power.
Yeah.
In 1937.
Okay.
And it's still here today. But look at the picture that you'll put up.
Okay.
It's just sitting in the middle of a damn. It's horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
It's kind of over where your wife grew up.
Oh, okay.
Over in that area.
Yeah.
And it's a historic thing. The first one ever sits by itself. The building has been raised, I guess. And it does have a little sign, but it's just fucking sitting there.
Yeah.
Oh, horrible. And then according to this woman, two more things. She says bingo was invented here. I don't know if I really believe.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. And the first bingo rule book came out in 1933, she said.
Oh.
But I didn't see anything that backed that up. So the rest of these are true. Don't.
When did Bingo the song come out? Which one came first?
Oh, it's funny you say that. I play that almost every time my grandson.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it is. NGO. But there was another game called Beano or something in England, and we changed it to Bingo here,
okay.
and so we took credit for it.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of bullshit.
I agree.
And then the last thing, the first pro football player was from Pittsburgh. Actually, he wasn't from Pittsburgh. He was hired in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
His name was Pudge Heffelfinger.
Of course it was.
And now, here's the interesting thing about Pudge. In that can't be right. It has to be 1888. I put 1988. 1888.
I'm joking.
1888. He played for Yale. His team outscored the opponents that year 698-0.
Holy shit.
I know.
Wow.
So no wonder they paid Pudge to come in there and play. Yeah.
See, this plays to your would you rather be royalty 1,000 years ago. Think about already how much of an athlete I am now. Imagine what I would have been in 1888.
You wouldn't have been any Pudge Heffelfinger. And I think back then college football players had to go to class.
Oh,
I'm Yale?
out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Forget it.
I think you're out too. Okay. Last thing I got here in the intro. I did take a trip to Kent this week. And okay. I heard that I wasn't going to be allowed on my patio, which pissed me off, but I thought I'm going to go. We weren't going to go. And almost a last minute thing, we decided to go. Mm-hmm. And it was true. Our patio was taken. I probably could have lied to get on, but I elected not to. This is a little out of order, but I'm walking behind the bleachers and going to something else. And these girls say, "Hey, you want a koozie?" You know what a koozie is, right?
Yeah.
And I said, "What do I have to do?" They said, "Absolutely nothing." So I walked over. There's two girls at a table. And I said, "Yeah, I'll take one." They said, "Take more than one." So I grabbed two. There were like 5 on the table. And my wife said, "You can't grab 2." I said, yeah, you just told me. I'm not doing anything illegal. No. And then they said, as soon as we get rid of all these, we get to leave. I said, "Are these your last 5? They said, "Yeah." I grabbed all 5 and said, "Take the rest of the day off."
Nice. See, look at the good Samaritan you are.
I was.
Nice.
However, there's always a however.
Of course.
I didn't even eat on the way up. I decided I wasn't going to drink at the game.
Whoa.
Because I figured we're going to...
That's like headline news. What is...
Well, I figured we were sitting in the end zone. It was going to be too far to get a beer. And so that's just what I decided. Well, as I was walking to the koozies, then I walked to the next thing. There's 2 patios right on the field on each side of the... like I said, the one I'm normally on was people were taking it. Then I go to the other patio. No one on there. And my wife said, "We can't go there." I said, "Why the fuck not? They don't know what the fuck they're doing here, and who cares?"
Just show them the koozies.
That I was stuffing in my pockets. And, okay, this led to my downfall. Right outside that patio was a beer stand.
Oh.
So I stopped and had one, and I stopped and had another, and then, these guys, they're kind of. I have bad influences in my life. You're one of them, and these guys were too. So I'm already half loaded, and I go get one at halftime, and then I think, fuck, I think they stopped serving at halftime. So I hurry up and run back, and I said, hey, you guys just stopped serving in like 2 minutes, right? They said, yeah. I said, okay, give me another one. They said, just one? I said, all right, lay them on me, pal.
There we go.
So I left there pretty loaded.
Nice. I think I actually texted you at that point, right?
I was going to call you back, but the game actually got good. As you know that watch, Kent is ranked 134 out of 134. Well, the game's pretty good. They're giving them a game. But I do got to tell you this. Kent is the only team in the country never to possess the lead. Now, hopefully that's changed by the time you hear
that
this.
Is impressive stat.
But I thought, okay, they were playing a half-ass team. Ball State's not that good either. And we got the kickoff. So I said, okay, let's go down there and get 3. Our kicker's not that bad. Let's go down there and get 3. No, we fucking 3 and out. They went down and scored. I said,
wow.
But now, is this
that's almost more impressive than 698 to 0, to be honest.
It's close.
In a modern era, that's impressive.
Yeah. Well, we're 6 games in. We got 6 more to go. We'll see if we can keep that going. I'll keep you posted. I promise. You don't even have to look at your damn internet. I'll keep you promised. But now, this is some shit. Okay, it was a nice day for a while. Then it started raining, and then it started really pouring. And the nice thing on the patio, they have tents in the back. So we moved back into the tent, and we still had a chance, but they kicked a field goal to make it 30-21. 2-minute warning comes up, and it stops raining for a bit. So we decide, okay, let's go to the car so we don't get wet.
Yep.
We missed 3 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes.
Holy shit.
I go to the bar that I'm going to talk about here in a second, and I see the score, 37-35. I said, wait, it was 30-21 when I left.
Wow.
And then at 37-35, I missed 3 fucking touchdowns.
Holy shit.
Yeah. We still lost, and we never had the lead. But
that's a lot of good action.
A lot of good action in 2 fucking minutes that I didn't want to stay for.
Right.
Yeah, so I could get to my bar.
Wow.
I know. How about that?
Huh.
Okay, so we check into our $60 room hotel. The room with the car without the wheel, it's still there.
Nice.
And the dude, I recognized the car that came out in his pajamas last time. I did see him. I did see him for a little bit, but he's still staying there too. I guess he lives there. I don't know. Wouldn't it be cheaper to get an apartment instead of living in a hotel? Now, I don't know what deal they make with them there.
I think that's the key, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, so then we throw our shit in. I said, come on, we got to get to the bar.
Right.
I want to get our seats.
Of course.
There's 2 seats I really like there. We walk in, and I said, fuck, there's someone in our seats. My wife knows one dude.
Oh, nice.
And my wife, who's not from Kent.
Right.
He teaches at her school district.
Oh, how about that?
She's talking away, and then finally she introduces me. I said, hey, you're sitting in our fucking seats. He said, oh, we were going to leave soon anyway. Take him.
Oh, nice.
So
see? It all worked out.
It did. So then I couldn't play the jukebox right away because the Cleveland Guardians were on, and there were some old guys in there. And the Guardians haven't won a championship since 49, 48, something like that. Yeah. Okay. So these guys were intense. And when I said to the bartendress, hey, what about the jukebox? She said, not until after the game. I said, I understand.
Yeah.
So then the game ends, and those guys all leave. And then I start playing the jukebox, and I turn around. And my wife, there's a couple. We have the 2 end seats at the bar. And at these 2 seats, there's a lady and a guy. And this lady is one of the drunkest people in Ohio.
And you're there. That's saying something. So.
Exactly. I found out later. I said, how do you befriend this fucking lady? My wife said, I told her where the bathroom was, and she was forever. And this all happened while I was playing music,
Jesus.
But anyway, she sits next to me and immediately dislikes me.
The hell you say?
I mean, and we're sitting close too. Actually, we were kind of rubbing up against each other.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, man, if she wasn't, but she was talking to my wife who's sitting here, and she's right here, and she kept saying, "You stay out of this. Why don't you move back?" And then at one point, she said, "Why don't you go outside?"
Wow.
Now I did one thing wrong, but this isn't why. She disliked me even before this. She asked me to guess her age. Okay.
Oh, God.
So, okay. Exactly.
I already hate her.
But the dude she was with, I had already got his age.
Oh, okay.
He was 69.
Okay.
And these two were together.
Okay.
She claimed just as friends. He didn't claim that. But so I look at her and I say, I'm 69. I thought it was being nice. 58. She was 47. So
stop drinking so much, you old hag.
What was okay? I thought I was being. I even knew. Okay, with a woman, you always go young. But I thought if her damn date is 69, she's probably low 60s. I thought it was. I thought it was, but didn't work out too well. I'm sure she doesn't even remember meeting me at this point. But still, I felt a little bad because I feel that like that's one thing I can do is underguess. And I overguessed by 11 when I was trying to underguess. Okay, how much time are we?
We need to quit.
Okay. Okay, no more said. All right, hey, we'll be back. Tiny and I are going to talk about relationships.
All right, got Bartoxi's song. We're doing another take. Let's try it out.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. That's Tiny. I'm the Prince of Pittsburgh. And what we're going to talk about in this segment, which is always story time segment, is relationships. And we decided to go a different route here, but that's good. Give you a little balance of things. So I'm going to turn it over to Tiny for his relationship talk.
So when you texted me this, the way you worded it, it was, do you have any unique relationships? And my response to you back was, I think most people I talk to think the beer night crew is a pretty unique thing. I mean, it started as a bunch of guys getting together after hoops before my time. And over time, kind of morphed into this thing where we got together, whether we played basketball or not. And I mean, we haven't played ball now in 13 years.
I think
12 years.
Yeah.
And we're still doing the beer night thing. I think a lot of people look at that and like, what the, when I say and of course, listen, whenever I say it's related to basketball, people look at me like, you and basketball, If
it'll make you feel any better. When I was in the south patio, some guy had seen me before. And, he was pissed that we weren't allowed on that patio. He played football in the 90s, apparently. Oh, okay. But he recognized me, and he said, what did you play? When I said basketball, he said, what position? What do you think? I was center? So
yeah.
I said, hey, you got to remember, that's 80 pounds ago, pal. I'm sorry.
No, that's it. I mean, that's just, the fact that, the fact that we're still doing that. And even for a while, you remember, we were still pulling in other guys that were used to hoop with. And we still every once in a while get like the Geyers and whatever. Not so much lately, but the fact that we're still doing that after all these years of not playing, I think people think that's pretty unique.
So now, should we get credit that we keep doing it and then we added Guru to the group?
Yeah.
Or should we be pissed? I'm a little pissed at those fuckers that don't show up.
I would
just so at the beginning when we stopped playing hoops 12 years ago, everyone said, yeah, let's get together once in a while. And now one guy died that we know of. We can't fucking blame him.
Right.
But the rest of those fuckers, fuck them.
Well, and especially in their case, and at least one other that I'm aware, they live like 5 minutes from me. Like it's not even
exactly. I mean, don't you just want to come over and drink?
Right.
I mean, we've talked about the babes there. I mean, we must be such bad company if you don't want to come for not only the waitresses, the clientele is ridiculous.
It really takes a lot because if you remember, the last big one we had it took St. Patrick's Day and the tournament to bring them all out of retirement to come to the beer
Right.
so fuck them.
The more you're talking, I'm getting pissed. This should be an argy-bargy. Not the fact that we stayed together. It's the fact that those fuckers don't even show up.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't think they watch our goddamn. They watch our podcast.
They get a link every week. I know that.
Okay.
I send it. So.
And the one he does answer the "Would you rather" every time.
Sure,
but I don't think he will. I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know that.
Yeah, that's. I would say that's it. And hey, look what fruit that has given us with this show. Without doing beer night all these years, we wouldn't be here.
Exactly. You get all this entertainment, and those other sissy ass bitches sitting at home with their fucking dicks in their hand. Not to get pissed off. Okay. I'm sorry. That was supposed to be your segment.
That's my unique relationship.
All right. I'm sorry. All right. Now I'm going to talk about mine. First off, this needs some background. I had a job at a daycare once, and I was living in North Carolina, and I really wasn't doing much with I wasn't doing anything with my life. And finally I said, I got to get a fucking job. So I grabbed the paper, and I see something that was in the old days when you found the want ads, and it said, sports minded and must be able to drive a bus. So I thought it was some kind of traveling basketball team or baseball so I said, okay, perfect. Yeah. And there was an address there.
That'd been awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm driving and I pull in, and it's a fucking daycare center. I said, this isn't what I want to do. But then I thought, what have you been doing with your life? You got to have some kind of. I hadn't been working for.
Right.
I don't know. It was a couple. I mean, I was doing shit here and there, but not a real job for a couple of years. So I said, okay. Yeah. And they hired me on the spot because
there's a red flag.
That is a red flag. And I got another story down the road. That's a big red flag. But as it turns out, males don't work at daycare centers for the most part. So as soon as they saw me come in, they wanted me now. And I gotta tell you this. You're gonna think this is bullshit.
Oh no!
I did some things that were a little on the edge, as you might imagine. But there was the most respected employee was real religious, and she just loved the fact that a guy came in, and at one of our staff meetings, she said, "I swear to God, God sent Dave to us." And I said, "Oh, I'm saving this job for a while."
Hallelujah.
Exactly. Anyway, though, I respect the people that work. That was a hard-ass job.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God. I had to drive the bus. I had to take kids to school.
Yeah.
And then I was off for a few hours. And then I had to pick them up at school. But then I was in charge of all the it went from like 6 months old up to sixth grade. But I was in charge of like third grade through sixth grade. Okay. And the reason they wanted sports mind, they want me to play sports with them. So we played wiffle ball or kickball or football or basketball or something like that.
Gotcha.
Okay. And that's what I did with them every day. But by the end of the day, I was fucking exhausted. But this is a relationship thing. The one nice thing about the job I just mentioned, I was the only dude there. So I'm going to talk about the person in this relationship thing, but there were also some others that snuck in there too, some mothers and whatnot.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was like
fuck. Oh,
it's like fishing in a barrel. It was unfair. It was unfair.
Absolutely.
It was unfair.
Smorgasbord. Yeah.
It was great. It was great. But this girl that I started dating, she was a teacher there. She had graduated from college like me, but couldn't find a job. The economy wasn't that good then. So she was working there. And so we started dating. And I mentioned, I forget if I mentioned this or not. She moved back, but she moved back in with her parents, and she had a curfew. So she had to be in by midnight.
Oh no!
Oh no! It was gold.
Oh,
she'd come over to my place.
Oh,
with from 11 to 10:30 to 11, and then you got to go back. I got 2 hours to go to the bar, or find something else. It was super.
Yeah,
it was super.
Absolutely.
I loved it. And then finally, she invited me to her house after we've been seeing each other for a few months. And I said, okay. And I said, I'm going to meet your parents. She said, no, they're out of town. And then I came to think, she was a very religious person, as was her family.
Mm-hmm.
I was her fucking dark side. I had never been that in life. You probably have been. Have you?
I don't think so.
I was always the nice guy that the dark side guy stole from.
Right.
Yeah, I was always left holding my damn bag while the dark side guy got the girl because he was cool and they were mysterious. I was that all of a sudden. And I played that up. So once I found out, I even said to her, I'm your dark side, aren't I? She said, no. I said, yes. You don't want me to meet your parents. You keep me the fuck away from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm only allowed at your house when they're fucking gone.
Now, see, I would think you would thrive in that
situation.
Oh,
well, once I learned, but I never done it before.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, it was like, I don't know if you ever watched Seinfeld. George Costanza became the hard-ass guy by mistake one time. And then, I did the same thing. I acted like, I got to do this and that. And I didn't have to pretend on the drinking a lot and doing shit like that and being arrested because that... that had already happened, but playing the bad guy role, it was. I enjoyed the fuck out of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I always joke with Misty because with her being an accountant and everything, that I'm her bad boy with the tattoos and all that.
That's right. So that's right. And
I always joke about it.
I didn't even have tattoos, and I came from a normal family. And, I was never the bad guy until then. So
that's awesome.
I love the shit out of it. So that's my relationship story. What's yours? We'll be back with, I got some criminal facts. Welcome back. Number 74, Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. These are facts of the week. These are real. These are real. Yeah. Damian Wojnilowicz. Well, I think I added a syllable there, but not many. Wojnilowicz. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
He is from Poland, 36 years old. He was living in Wales now, and he entered 2 houses and did chores like taking out trash, hanging laundry, cleaning floors.
Okay.
And he even left a note. Don't worry, be happy, eat up and scratch. Now, I'm not sure what scratch. Does that mean anything in?
I don't know.
Me either. But anyway, you'd think he'd get a nice thank you note, right?
Sure.
He received 22 months behind bars. Oh. He didn't know these people. He broke in their house and did that shit. Now, would you report him?
Fuck no.
Me neither.
I'd leave a...
You have someone that comes in and cleans once in a while, right? We used to. You pay them. Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice for someone to break in and do it? Yeah.
This is like that. Did you see the new Elon bot thing coming out? It's a robot he just unveiled this week.
No.
Yeah, it's Optimus, I think it's called. It's fine. I'm buying one. Come here, it can clean all day.
Well, no. As soon as Damian gets out of jail, wait for 22 months. Yeah? I think this happened recently.
Okay.
Give him a call.
The fuck would you? I mean,
I don't know.
It's not like he took anything. No breaking entering.
No. They said the only thing he did was he drank a little bit of wine. But if he's gonna clean and do all that shit, I'd leave him 3 fucking bottles.
Give him a sixer.
Get fucked up. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, like I said, normally our facts are all over the place, but these are all about criminals or supposed criminals. I don't really consider Damian a criminal, nor do I consider Rajeev and Rashmi Dubey of India. You tell me what you think. They had a little business, and they claimed to their customers that they could reverse the aging process with their Israeli time machine. And people paid over a group of people, they made over $4 million. And now they're wanted by police for scamming. You know who should be put in jail? Those fucking assholes that fucking spent $4 million. Put them in jail for stupidity. Because
a fool in their money or soon part.
Absolutely.
If you're that stupid, Good for you.
Doesn't
Fuck you.
doesn't every spa? It sounds like it was something like a spa.
Yeah.
Say they can do it, and we all know they can.
That's
I
right.
mean, how many commercials do we see on TV
That's
about
right.
creams that
Yeah.
take away shit?
Right.
Look at me, damn it! And it doesn't fucking work.
Ooh, Avino.
Yeah, special Melon from fucking overseas.
Istanbul.
Cindy Crawford. Bring her in.
That's right.
Yeah, I bet she looks great as hell, but no one else that looks like her. Okay. All right. I got two more. Okay, now we're getting closer to home. This is Manhattan Beach, California. A thief smashed a car window. Okay, now this is a real criminal and made off with a box. The owner claimed it contained $1 million in cash.
My dick.
The police spokesperson said, "It's unusual, but I can't give any more details." Who has $1 million in cash in their fucking box in their car?
He stole that from the Big Lebowski. That's the whole plot of the Big Lebowski.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Come on.
Does he think the insurance company? Oh, okay. Well, we'll just fuck him. Yeah. And once again, if say it was true.
Yeah.
If you're dumb enough to have a box of $1 million in cash, you get thrown in jail because you're so fucking stupid.
That's right. Yes.
All right.
I
I need time though.
That's
Okay. One more. This is okay. We're back overseas again. This is Italy. A man in Rome broke into an apartment he thought was empty. So he was looking around to see what he was going to take, but he spotted a book about the Iliad, and he started to read it. Well, he's sitting in a chair.
Good Lord.
The owner woke up and saw the guy. So the guy, he runs out of the place, but he ends up getting caught soon thereafter. Okay. And he's arrested. Now, Giovanni Nucci, he was the owner of the house. He's also the author of the book that the guy was reading.
How about that?
And he says he hopes to send the man a copy. I'd like him to be able to finish it. Now, that's the only normal thinking of these four things that I think. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
If we do this damn podcast. If someone steals from us, but we think, hey, in prison, why don't you watch us?
That's right.
And as a matter of fact, this is kind of similar. This happened like 4 hours ago. Swear to God, I'm in LA Fitness, and I argy-bargied a few episodes ago about a guy that lays all his shit out.
Oh,
and it happened again, and he wasn't there again. And I considered throwing the shit in the garbage.
Yeah.
In the garbage can.
Fuck them.
But you know what I did? I had a business card from our dive bar talk. I put it in his thing. I figured, okay, this is the perfect guy that'll watch us. Fucking asshole.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
So hopefully, hopefully you're watching right now. Just move your stuff a little closer so I can fucking sit down.
No, move your shit. Fucking.
Hey, he's a new watcher, he's a new viewer.
I hate that.
Okay. All right. Okay. This has been fun and games so far for you, hadn't it? But not anymore, because we have to see the movie and the music games coming up. And we got to see if Tiny and Paul G can keep their undefeated streak going. Tiny last week and right before we came on, he told me remember to dance, but we changed the damn music, so I really shouldn't be dancing now. It's a great song by a living legend.
Yeah.
We have talked about it. We should probably talk about it more someday.
Yes.
But it's a great song, but I'm not sure it's a dance number. You probably don't remember the old Dick Clark American Bandstand, but they would rate the song, but then rate it as a dance song. I'm going to give it a high rating for a song, but it's not a dance tune.
Just depends how much you want to dance, I guess.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I don't fucking want to dance right now. All right. Without further ado, and you better get this motherfucker.
Here we go.
And I'm talking about the movie game.
Oh, okay.
I give you a character, and I said I'm going to real soon make it easier. Not today.
Uh-oh.
But you better get this fucker, and I have a reason, but I'm not going to give it now.
Okay.
Here are the characters, and you can play at home, and you're allowed at playing at home with your home version. You're allowed to pause to think about it a little bit, but
don't cheat.
Don't cheat. That's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. Yeah.
Nobody likes to cheat.
No. What would you do? I wouldn't cheat. Okay. Here goes. Character. Now, like I said, if you shouldn't get it off the first couple. I
never do.
I had to dig deep for these first couple. Bill Watson and Stuart Ullman. Like I said, I had to dig pretty deep for those, but and I think we're getting into the crux here. Bill Watson and Stuart Ullman.
Okay.
Larry Durkin.
Oof.
Nothing yet?
Nope.
How about Delbert Grady?
You
think you know it already?
I know it now.
Dick Halloran and Jack Torrance.
Yep.
Before you say it, let me give for those playing at home, Bill Watson, Stuart Ullman, Larry Durkin, Delbert Grady, Dick Halloran, Jack Torrance.
The Shining.
Okay, good job. And what year?
1980.
Wow. Well, here's why I said you should get that. I can't believe I did this, and I can't believe I found it. I wrote down your 10 favorite movies maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
And I saw that was like number one. I thought, if the motherfucker misses this shit.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, and the first two are pretty obscure references, by the way.
Bill Watson and Stuart Ullman.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the
ones that work the hotel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had to dig deep because a bunch of people had just like first names and shit.
Yeah.
So I had to dig deep to get all first and last names.
There's like college courses about this movie and stuff. Right?
I did not know that.
Yeah. There's
really?
They have like college courses because they say, the opening scene where he's meeting with the guy that tells him the history of the place, they're saying that physically it's not possible to exist where it exists because he has a window with like green stuff behind him outside, and it would be like in the center of the hotel that it's not physically possible to have green shit behind.
Really?
Him. Yeah, dude, there's all kinds of crazy shit about this. But the other thing you mentioned about top 10, I mentioned last week I watched 4 movies last week. That was one of them.
Oh, really?
I always watch it in October.
Okay. Well, good for you. There's a few facts. You might already know them.
I don't know.
The movie took $19 million to make, and it made $47 million. That was at the box office and in America. It could have made more other places, and then since then. There were so many facts about this. I didn't know where to go. And you already gave a good one. Scatman Crothers.
Awesome.
And Stanley Kubrick was the director. And he's a perfectionist, as you're going to find out.
Yeah.
Scatman Crothers had to shoot one scene over 100 times. And then the next movie he made was Bronco Billy, which is directed by Clint Eastwood. Clint is known for one take and done.
Oh, geez.
It said Crothers, when he was doing Bronco Billy, broke down in tears of gratitude because he was so used to doing all this shit that he did a scene at Bronco Billy, and Clint said, "Okay, let's take." And Scatman was happy as fuck.
Well, it's legendary how Kubrick just beat Shelley Duvall senseless. All that stuff.
And even I don't know nearly about like this movie like you do, but even they said Jack Nicholson was kind of shitty to her just to get her on edge.
Yeah.
And poor Shelley Duvall, it sounded like I don't know what they paid her, but it wasn't fucking enough.
No way. It fucked her up the rest of her life.
It did. And she said it was the hardest thing she ever had to do. And Nicholson said it was the hardest thing he ever saw anyone ever do.
I believe that.
Yeah. Okay. Stanley Kubrick is from England. He wasn't familiar with the "Here's Johnny," and he almost didn't use it. Someone had to tell him, "No, that's iconic." He did not know. Okay. And here I'm going to throw in one other fact. This is bonus for you people. Bonus.
Yeah.
You know where he knocks down the door? Okay, they built a real easy door for him to knock down, but apparently Nicholson had some experience as a fireman.
I knew this. Lumberjack. Yeah.
He knocked the fuck out of that thing too easily. They had to build another one that was tougher.
Yeah, I didn't know that one.
Okay, here's another one.
It's awesome.
Okay. there were two other people they were thinking about for the starring role.
Mm-hmm.
Robert De Niro, and Kubrick said he wasn't psychotic enough. And then Robin Williams, they said he was too psychotic. They said he watched him on Mork and Mindy. Said, "No, we can't use this guy." Okay, so Tiny went 2 for 2 there. The Shining in 1980.
That's one of the few where I've actually read the book too, and it's
really
the book's very much different. The book doesn't focus on the dad nearly as much as it does in the
I'll
movie.
tell you what's amazing. I didn't know you ever read a book. Jeez, I'm gonna have to do that in up close and personal on Samurai Chatter one of these days. Okay. Fun and games, they're done now.
Uh-oh.
Here comes the music game. Tiny and Paul G are undefeated. I give the lyrics. He has to guess the song title, the group or artist, and the year. I'm gonna. If he just gets the title, that's enough to keep the streak going. But if you get the title, you're gonna get the damn group. And you should get this. I'm making these too fucking easy. I think. Of course, I thought that 2 weeks ago, and you missed it.
It's Bruce Springsteen. He's so overrated. Bruce is overrated.
Are you still pissed about Bruce Springsteen?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You know who's at the? This is a weird segue. At the tailgate party I was at last week, Grishecki's son, who's in the band.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
And speaking of musicians getting higher than what they deserve, Grishecki's girlfriend is fucking hot.
Oh,
and he's not. No. His son way uglier. Oh, not even close. Yeah, he doesn't deserve this woman. When the first time they walked in, I said, "What the fuck?" And then we found out. Okay, I'm sorry. I digress or regress.
You're trying to distract me. That's what it's a tactic.
No, if you don't get this, you should be shot. Of course, maybe you should be shot anyway. Okay, here's the lyrics. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean for the May Queen. Yes, there are 2 paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. You know that one, right?
I do, yeah. Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven.
Okay, boy. Have you ever gone 5 for 5? I don't think so. He's 4 for 4. That was Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. I think most of you probably, well, not young people, but most people would have got that. What year?
1974.
Ooh, 71.
Fuck.
71.
Damn it.
Still, 4 for 5. Pretty impressive.
That's pretty good.
Pretty impressive, even though I kind of laid that one on the tee for you, I thought. But
you say that every week.
I know, but I kind of have lately, you know. Well, I'm going to throw, matter of fact, next week, I think I might throw in some shit. How about that?
We done?
Oh, yeah, we're done. I'm sorry. I'm going to come up with some argy-bargy. I'm going to guess most of you are going to agree with what I have to say here. Are you tired of political fucking ads watching TV? Oh, my God. 2 weeks ago, I read $964 million has been spent on ads in Pennsylvania alone. So that means we're at $1 billion now. That was 2 weeks ago, and it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. And how many people base their vote on these fucking ads? You think, are people really that dumb? Oh, they say that. Okay. Hopefully, if people are that dumb, they need to change the fucking system because you're a dumb fuck if you're deciding who you're voting based on the ad. And second, wouldn't this money be put to a better cause? Could we be buying medicine for people, world hunger, or better yet, how about advertising Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk throughout the world? That would be a better thing for the money, not these fucking ads. Welcome back to Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. We think this is our most popular segment based on science. Mm-hmm. Another guy, I didn't tell you, a living legend, told me last week was he thought we did a great job with it, but he said it's his least favorite one.
Oh.
And it's a dude.
Why?
Now, I'm going to tell you one thing, though.
Go ahead.
where did you find those slutty pictures of those? Last week, if you didn't watch, last week we did fairy tale characters, and you found the sluttiest pictures. I don't know where you found that.
Well, most of them were already generated. I will say I'll take credit for 2 of them. Little Red Riding Hood.
Okay, that was a good one.
And the Little Mermaid. I finally found a good use for AI, and I typed in, draw me a sexy Little Mermaid, and that's what I got.
Because the Rapunzel you put up, I would have done more than the St. Louis Arch with that fucking thing. Damn.
Well,
Rapunzel looked good as hell, and so did Little Red Riding Hood looked. Yeah.
What started me down the path was, with it being Halloween season, when you type in Snow White, you get all the slutty costumes. That's what started the lot.
Okay, I did not know that. Yeah. Just so you know, when we do this thing, I don't know what photos he's going to put up or pictures, but yeah, Rapunzel, she was something.
She was in the purple, huh? I remember.
She was good, though.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. All right. But this is Would You Rather. So this is just, we pit 2 people against each other, and we do a survey. And it was Elizabeth Banks versus Kate Beckinsale. 2 great-looking women. So I didn't even want to put them against each other because I like these 2 so much. But I got to say, we had a rout.
Really?
Yeah.
These are both previous contestants, if I'm not mistaken.
Never in Would You Rather. They might have been in Chili, etc.
Okay.
But never in Would You Rather.
Gotcha.
But no, I was expecting a real close. Matter of fact, it was a total blowout. One got some votes at the end, but it's still a rout. A rout. Okay. But let me read the quotes first. Remember, this isn't me and Tiny. This is you, the home viewer. One said, I'll take Kate in overtime. I mean, it was a close race for him. I'll take Kate because she's a little screwy and I dig it. And the third guy said, Kate, this was the toughest one yet, which I kind of thought so too. And then, okay, these were for Elizabeth Banks. Actually 2 people or 3 people kind of said a variety of this. Take it to the bank. Whoa. They're trying to do a little, okay.
I see what they did there.
Yeah. Another guy said, I loved her in Charlie's Angels.
Okay.
And I forgot she was in Charlie's Angels.
Too, yeah.
I had to look it up, but it was correct.
Okay.
And okay, this said Banks because she's a little crazy. So both of them got votes for being crazy. Now I got 3 comments left, and this one, he always comes through, and I said maybe he deserves his own card, but I decided little play on words that some people will get and some people won't. I said I'm just going to call this a comment to adore. A comment to adore.
Okay.
He said, tough pick. Neither have big titties to suck, but I think Elizabeth Banks would be a good dick slap and intercourse perennium. So I go with Lizzie. That's a comment to adore. Now, okay. That's pretty good, wasn't it? Pretty good. Yeah. I even told him, I said, comments were a little bad until you came through with that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And, okay, a different spin is back.
Oh.
Yeah. He finally answered on time. He said, who gives a shit about these 2 bitches?
Oh.
I guess Elizabeth Banks because she did that movie about making a porno, and if she will bang the fat guy from Pineapple Express, I guess I may actually have a chance.
Okay.
And then, of course,
here it comes.
We have one more.
Yes, we do.
Mr. Harrelson. He had something to say. He said, Beckinsale looked great in Underworld, but should look better in my underwear. Even though she's a Brit, her teeth look good enough for my banger and mash. But he said, I'll go for Banks.
Oh.
I love to ride her like Seabiscuit. My dream would be to have her footprints on the roof of my car's back seat.
Wow.
So, a comment to adore, a different spin, and Mr. Harrelson pulled us out in this segment because up till now it wasn't so good.
Yeah.
And like we said before, we put nothing into this now because those 3 always do better than us.
That's
so right. I have not said who's the winner yet, but what do you got?
So the thing, the Elizabeth Banks, the thing I think of with her, I didn't even know she was in Charlie's Angels till you just said it. But she plays the crazy chick in 40-Year-Old Virgin. And
She
like works in the bookstore or whatever, and she plays like she's all kinky and whatever. And I always think of how funny she was from that. That was what I first thought of.
And she's real funny in Pitch Perfect too.
Oh,
I don't know if you ever saw.
I haven't.
I figured you hadn't.
No, but I'm going with Kate in this case, just because when you asked me to put this together, it was so much easier to find hot pictures of her. So just for my own self-preservation, the more I mention her name, the more pictures I can post. Edit here.
Okay.
So that's my vote.
I'm going to give you another one then to post because of all, I mean, I like them both.
Sure.
But Kate from England, that throws a little extra in there. But I remember I used to be the advisor to movie club at community college.
I remember.
Yeah, I figured you would. And I remember asking the president of the cinema club, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
And she said, you asked that last movie. And it was Kate both times. So, and when I browse around on my 55 pay channels that we get,
Right.
when Underworld's on, I don't really like that movie.
Never seen it.
But I'll tune it in for a little bit just to see her. So,
Nice.
So we both take Kate, and Kate wins 38-16.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. 38-16.
Elizabeth Banks deserves more. Better.
She did. Oh, way more, because that was a tough choice for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you for, and actually, our three crazy people, a comment to adore different spin and Mr. Harrelson, they all went with Banks.
Yeah. About that.
But most people went with Kate. So that's what we got. Next week, thanks to Tiny. By the way, next week's going to be our Halloween edition.
Oh, there you
even
go.
though I have a Halloween shirt on now. Did you see this?
I
You think
noticed.
people noticed that?
I did.
We're going to do our chili, etc., but they're all going to be women from Halloween / scary movie types. So something for you to look forward to. That's called a tease in the business.
They call them final girls in the movies.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah, in the horror business.
Okay, well, you would know about the horror business. Okay, we'll be back with Samurai Chatter. Welcome back to Samurai Chatter. I forgot to do this. I bought those at Staples. I want to make sure I get my money's worth there.
Right.
I know it's hard to believe I forgot to say something. Our pick 3 is Monsters. And we got it up a little late. We had technical difficulties. But with Halloween coming up, we're really interested in what your 3 favorite monsters, and your imagination is your only limitation, because if you go on our website, you can see there's a lot of variety of monsters.
Yes.
So monsters aren't just, they can
Right.
be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of definitions for monsters. So go to our website and pick your 3 favorite monsters.
In my case, it could be your spouse.
In your case, that was number 2, as I recall. and who was the clown that only came in 5th?
Art the clown.
Art the clown. He only came in 5th. Misty came in 2nd. Just barely behind Jeffrey Dahmer, right?
It was real close. It was real close.
It was close. Okay, so okay. Pick your 3 monsters at our website, PittsburghDiveBarTalk.com. Okay. Just when we were off the air, we do have a live studio audience. She wants no parts of these questions, even though she didn't fucking hear them. And I sent them to Tiny 2 days ago, and he said, "Hey, I never heard the questions either." And I fucking sent them to him 2 days ago, and then he said, "Oh yeah." So, okay, these are questions where you get to know us up close and personal, which is going to really help our popularity.
Yes.
We're going to zoom off the charts.
Right.
We're looking to be category 5, if not category 6. We want to be the first category 6 podcast hurricane, whatever the fuck it is. We want to be, and that's what we're working towards. So here goes.
Here we go.
Here goes. What was your favorite subject in school?
Wood shop was my answer. At first, the teacher hated me, and I got detention because I didn't complete projects or whatever. But then I had a coming of age where I matured, and he and I actually got close by the end. And I really,
what year did you take that?
I took it for 5 years.
Did you?
Oh, yeah, I took it from 8th grade to senior.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah.
So are you pretty handy with that shit by now?
If you ask her, no. But I like to work with it. I don't get to do I don't own a lathe or anything where I can make stuff. But you saw all my record shelves and stuff downstairs, right?
You mean laying all over the fucking place?
I like working with wood more than metal. I'll say that.
Okay. Well, okay. Wood shop, because I took wood shop and metal shop. I can't do shit with either one of those. So my favorite subject in school, I guess, if we were just going straight, it would be like math or history.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to take it another step. A lot depending on the teacher.
No doubt.
Whatever teacher I could get away with fucking around. That's the subject I like. Like I had one math teacher that he didn't go for that shit. So it wasn't nearly as much fun as some of my other classes where I could fuck around like crazy. So
I'm with you.
I liked
or sleep. If teachers would let me sleep, I wouldn't harass them.
I wasn't into the sleep thing, and I didn't want to be Art the clown, but being the class clown wasn't so bad. So
did you get that? Do we share that designation?
I did not get that, but I had to be close. I'm
shocked.
Yeah, me too. We had a lot of clowns, though. But certainly I was a clown of certain classes.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What was your favorite childhood TV show?
This is a pretty easy one for me too.
Really?
Yeah. The Wonder Years. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
It took place in the 60s. Kid growing up in the late 60s, early 70s. I don't know why it really hit. It was like primetime TV on like ABC or whatever. But I don't know. It really.
And who starred in that?
Fred Savage was the boy.
Okay.
And then Danica McKellar was the girl who. She's still so hot.
You've talked about her before.
Yeah, she played Winnie Cooper. I wish I could play the music they used when she used to show up and her hair would like flow. Like they used to play a special song for that. But she was 90% of the reason I watched the show. Okay,
obviously I'm older than you, and I had a lot because I watched a lot of TV back then.
Yeah.
Even though we only had 3 fucking channels.
Yeah.
But in this case, I went with Mr. Ed.
Oh, there you go.
And I'll just give one quick little story. Wilbur went in to watch this doctor perform surgery. And you know how all like the interns are around with all their scrubs on, and they were all there, and as was Mr. Ed with his scrubs on, watching the operation. Then after it was over, Wilbur said, "Ed, you got to drop out of med school." Ed said, "Can't drop out now. Wilbur got a full load, 18 credits." Okay, so I'm going with Mr. Ed.
Would that change if it was your favorite TV show just ever?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and because it said childhood,
different one, but yeah.
Like in high school, All in the Family came on. And I was a pretty big fan of that.
There you go.
And there's some other ones.
Save that for another day, maybe.
Okay. I will. Yeah, I guess I can save it for whenever. Can I? Yeah. Even I got this off of some fucking website. Yeah, I guess I can do what the fuck I want because it's our fucking podcast, and we'll cry if we want to. Get that reference? Did you get that reference?
The song?
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if you knew that song or not.
I've gotten like 43 in a row.
No, Paul G's got 43 in a row. You got like 3 out of 8. Okay. What's your biggest fear?
Yeah. Based on the recurring dreams we've talked about in previous episodes, I apparently have an issue with forgetting stuff because all my recurring dreams about me forgetting shit. So, yeah, I'm going to say, or not being prepared, maybe.
Well, you wouldn't know.
This segment's a little.
If that's your biggest fear, that would be pretty easy to alleviate, but you don't fucking do it. Okay, damn. Maybe I should tone back here. For me, like buried alive would be up there pretty high.
Be bad,
but I'm going to go with a different answer. Especially after last week. the fear of having to lift you up after the fucking chair breaks, and me in the live studio audience here thought we might have to one day when you got a cramp. Yeah, that's a fucking fear, because that could result in my fucking death. I want to win the contest. I don't want you to die, but I don't want to die at your fucking expense. And that's what could fucking happen if I try to pick you up and you land on top of me. I would be buried alive. So all the fears would come together. That was pretty good, too. I didn't put that together. I hadn't thought about any of that shit. I hadn't prepared, I guess. Okay. And we got one more, and you said you didn't have an answer for this.
I have a good one, but go ahead.
Oh, you have one? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Who would you choose if you could be friends with a fictional character?
I don't know why. I went the superhero route.
Okay.
I just said Batman because Bruce Wayne's rich. I figure I could glom off of that.
See, you give me shit about asking people about how much money they have and all that shit. Yet almost all your answers have to do with money too.
I mean,
no,
I'm financially embarrassed.
Well, now you are, because you spent over $100,000 on fucking toys.
There we go.
Yeah. Your poor dog's sitting here limping his ass off because you got your new fucking, what's that called? A recreational vehicle. Right. That's not even a vehicle. That's a recreational building you have in the fucking yard now. We may start, we even talked about this, we may start doing podcasts from there.
Upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Except I'm not going to be able to smoke cigars. I don't know. Can I blow it outside or some shit?
We might have to do it on the back porch.
Okay.
At the end
all right.
there, yeah.
Okay. All right. So if I could be friends with any fictional character, the first thing that came to my mind was that genie that comes out of the fucking lamp that gives you all those wishes. That would be pretty nice.
That's a good one.
And then I shouldn't say this one because of our live studio audience that just got here, but any of the Wonder Women wouldn't be bad to hang out with. And Gal Gadot, the last one,
right.
she would right. She'd be up there high on the list. So that's my fictional character friends I would like to hang out with. Well, what we're going to do real quick. Tell us about Rosie and...
so we got some comments on last week's show. I'm playing this by memory more than anything, but Clayton chimed in with our numerology, and he referenced Ray Mansfield also was a 73.
But he had two other numbers, though, that he even said.
He mentioned there were other numbers as well. Yeah.
Come on, Clayton, you got to have one fucking number.
Right, right. And then real quick, Rosie corrected you in your story in that she didn't get two DUIs in a week. They were about 6 weeks apart. So she corrected you.
And okay, I apparently did fuck up, but if she said it was 6 weeks, it could have easily been 3 weeks. Those seem pretty damn close together, as I recall. And I have one thing. My buddy House, who doesn't have the, who he is. He doesn't have the technological skills to watch
that's saying something coming from you.
It is. So yesterday I'm talking to him about something, and he said, "Hey, you still doing that frame up?" I said, "What the fuck podcast?" And we start talking a little bit more. I said, we're going to do 74 tomorrow. He said, maybe I'll be able to watch one someday. Watch one. Fucker doesn't work for the next 5 months, but he said he might be able to watch one.
Well, isn't he the one you were talking about him at the end of golf season or whatever last year about getting caught up? Wasn't that a year ago?
And I brought that up because his girlfriend has a computer, but yesterday he told me, I said, well, can't you watch on her? She won't let me touch her computer. Okay. I do have a quote like we always end up on. And I think this is our favorite. Although we like all three, but this is Stephen Wright this week. And he said, I installed a skylight in my apartment. The people who live above me were furious. Thank you for staying with us. Next week, I swear, okay, the next week's number 75. We got Halloween, and it's going to be a Halloween-based thing because Halloween's coming up. Yep. Make sure, I hope you enjoyed this one, but make sure you tune in next week because we'll have special Halloween treats and maybe tricks. How about that?